Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Can all the kids come in the front, please? Can you please bring Gopal and other kids also? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please give the mic to Gopal. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare One more time. Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Little louder Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Mdan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Radhe Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Radhe. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Narayani, Lakshmi Narasimha. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Ram Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for coming. We will begin with Mangalachan prayers and continue. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathānvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Rama Krishna Padam Sahagana Ravita Shri Vishakambitanscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Kids, please do with us. Sit down. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam prabhuvam kriyati kripatamaham vande. Hare Krishna. I thought I'll forget. So, kids, youth will stay here for today's class. Kids 11 and 10 and below, if the teachers are ready, then 10 and below can go to your classroom. You're not sure if you're 10? I mean, if you like this class, you're welcome to stick around. So so we have this group which has not been so active till now, but we will make it active now. So if you have some reflections that you want to share during the class, if you want to see other people's reflections, we will also post summary of the entire session as notes in this particular group. So if you're not part of the group, please open your phone, scan it, join. So you can also post whatever reflections, some nice points, certain things that you liked during the class, you can post it during the class also. So that way we have your reflections also captured as important notes. So something that stuck to you also during the class, you can post there. And anyway, at the end of the session, on Tuesday, we will have the entire session and the PPT and the YouTube links, everything summarized in one nice place, so that if you ever want to go back, refer some of these sessions, this is probably one of the faster ways to get there. Okay? We will also post some frequently asked questions. So Vivek Prabhu and Chaitra Mataji are teaming up to use AI in Krishna's service, so that we will all be benefited. Okay? I hope we are as excited as him for this session. Okay, youth, I have some assignment for you. During the class, please make notes. If you have a pen and paper, or please steal it from your parents if possible. At the end of the session, I'll give an opportunity for 3 of you to ask 2 questions each that adults can answer. If you can find some nice questions, tricky questions, even better. So, as you are hearing, make notes of some questions that you can ask at the end. Is that okay? If you need some special motivation, I'll ensure you get some extra desserts or cake or ice cream or that. And finally, we are all vegetarians, so please move forward. If you don't have a wall to lean against, please come all the way to the front. Hare Krishna. What we hoped would be covered in this session wasn't completely covered last week, so I thought I will, whatever mercy Srivas Pandit Prabhu left, I will share based on my own realizations, so we can understand this topic better. As the topic says, ascending from fear to love. It is mentioned, religion begins with fear but ends with love. Religion begins with fear but ends with love. I'm sure all of us from our childhood have some memories, or maybe even now. We may follow certain rituals, some going to temple or doing certain religious, ritualistic aspects out of fear. We don't know why we are doing it, but we are like, I am afraid if we don't do it, something bad may happen. So we do it anyway to be on the safe side. So that is how it is mentioned. Religion begins with fear, but eventually that's not where we are supposed to end or conclude. So we will discuss some of those points today. But before that, I want to begin with a very nice story of a Sufi tradition in Iraq during the 9th century. I am sure all of you know where Iraq is. There is a city in Iraq called Basra. There is a Sufi saint from that city called Rabia Basri. Once she was walking through the streets of Basra with a bucket of water and a torch of fire. And as she was walking through the streets, one person asked her, "Why are you carrying the water bucket and the torch with the fire?" And she said, "I want to put out the fires in hell with a bucket of water. And I want to burn down the heavens with the torch of fire." The person was surprised. I thought, okay, I can understand why you want to put out the fires of the hell, but why do you want to burn down the heavens? She said, religion was not merely meant to give fear of hell. And similarly, religion was not meant to allure you with the pleasures of the heaven. As far as I am concerned, both of them are a distraction for the ultimate goal of religion. That's why I want to put off the hells and burn down the heaven also. So, this is a very beautiful story. It very beautifully, succinctly summarizes what we are planning to discuss. Because, truth be told, in my childhood, I thought the goal of life is to avoid hell and go to heaven. And I thought, in heaven you can stay there permanently. That's what I thought until I came to ISKCON and they broke down my whatever little understanding I had. I said, wow, heaven is also not a good place. Apparently not. Because even there, it's a temporary position. For an eternal soul, the millions of years, it's an extremely long time, but millions of years in heaven also feels frustratingly short. So our goal is not to go to heaven also. I'm sure all of you know. So, here is one thought. Please see if this aligns with your understanding. Every aspect of our life, everything that you do, it falls under these 4 categories. You do what you do either out of fear of something, or desire for something, or out of duty, or out of love. Everything that we do, it is mentioned, is governed by one of these 4. Particularly religion, of course. You see, for example, children, if they are not going to school regularly or they are not getting good marks in their school classrooms, we tell them while going on the road, hey, if you don't study properly, you become like that homeless person. They're immediately thinking, oh, is it? Oh, then I better study properly. So this is like, out of fear, we're inducing them to study. So fear does have a place. Sometimes children are afraid. If I don't do this, I remember in my childhood, my father's motorcycle would come, and from the end of the street, we could clearly hear my dad is coming. Because as soon as he comes, anything out of place in the house, he would scold us. Till that point, none of us are worried where the glass is, where the chappal are, where books are. But as soon as we hear some sound is coming, immediately at 8:30 in the evening we would get up. Not this much fearful, but yes. So we would run around, ensure everything is in place by the time he would come. Like that. Because we were afraid, because as soon as my father would come, he would check and immediately scold, "Hey, why is this here?" Sorry. So similarly, many people, especially even in jobs also, right? Many people are working very hard. Why? Because we are worried about layoffs. We are thinking, oh God, if I don't deliver this, I may be on that pink list. Many companies now, we are afraid of AI also. The moment you hear AI, you're thinking, oh God, when will it come for my job? Many people, unfortunately, even relationships are based on fear. They're thinking, if I don't spend sufficient time with my spouse, maybe she will divorce me, or he, either way, and take half of my portfolio with them. As they say in the modern world, marriage at first sight, love at first sight, divorce at first fight. So fear is actually, it is in every aspect of our life. Hopefully not every aspect, but some aspects of our life are driven by fear. And unfortunately, many people, I once was washing dishes. This was many years ago in ISKCON temple. And one Jewish person, American by birth, but Jewish by background, I could clearly see he is not a regular visitor to this ISKCON temple. So he was also washing with me in the kitchen. I thought, wow, nice, I have never seen him. So I thought I'll strike a conversation with him. So I asked him, hey, what's your story? How did you come here? And he was telling that I grew up in Jewish tradition. And all along I studied that God is waiting for you to punish. If you don't do this, if you don't follow this, then you will go to hell and suffer. I didn't really like it. But when I started reading Bhagavad Gita, all of a sudden, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is telling, oh Arjuna, you may do like this, you may do like this. If you like, you can do like this. And he is giving options. Even at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna, I have told you everything I needed to tell you. Now it is up to you how you want to do it. God doesn't put a gun on your head. Do like this, otherwise I'm going to kick you to hell. But for many of us coming from Indian backgrounds, many people have, as soon as God means, they have this image of Kali Devi with thousands of hands ready to poke as soon as you make a mistake. Or people are afraid also. When we do worship, we are afraid, am I supposed to do like this or do like this? Or am I supposed to say these mantras first or second? Even in Christian tradition, there is this Judgment Day. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Christian philosophy. Last week, me and Shriyan we were doing some research and updating ourselves with what is Christian philosophy and what is Judgment Day. What do they think of soul, body? It's a very, very thin philosophy. You can poke a lot of holes in their philosophy. But anyway, good, it's authorized. It's helping people come to the ultimate realization. But even Christianity talks about, if you don't have faith in Jesus Christ, then come Judgment Day, you will be eternally damned to hell. Have you heard any of this? Never? We have come across many Christians as part of preaching, even in India actually. Even in Mohammedan religions also, if you don't behave properly with women, then they have very harsh punishments. They chop off the genitals and behead people. Anyway, so the way to govern, or the inspiration for people in this level, at this level, they will do only if there is some fear involved. If they say it's all right, there's no punishment involved, people at this level, they don't feel inspired. But as soon as you say, hey, if you don't work hard, layoff is coming, then they will start working. But better than this level is called asha, or desire. Like children, for example, you can tell them, if you don't do this, I'm going to spank you. And then, all right, I do. A better way to do parenting than fear is giving them biscuits. I call this step as biscuit level, biscuit platform. So you give them, for example, children, you say, if you finish this, I will buy you an ice cream. Then immediately they have a motivation. Ice cream? Can I get vanilla ice cream? I said, okay, but finish this homework first. Then they have all the motivation. Till then, they'll say, oh God, 4 pages I have to finish in 1 hour. And they're finding excuses for 30 minutes why they can't do. But as soon as you tell them, I will give you ice cream, 15 minutes, it's done. Then they are thinking, oh, which ice cream I will get and all that. So this asha platform, this desire platform, even companies also employ this. Right? They say, they tie down their bonus to your performance. Say, okay, if you meet the performance, you get 100% bonus. If you exceed, you will get 150% bonus. So you're thinking, yes. RSUs, 1 year, 4 year vesting, like that. So they give you some motivation. You're thinking, if I work hard, I'm going to get more money. Many of us are at this platform where if the company stops paying us tomorrow, I'm sure most of you are working. If the company stops paying you tomorrow, how many of you will continue to work? No. I love my work. It makes such a change in the world. I don't need to get paid. I will work for free for them. How many of you are willing to do like that? No one. Yeah, very rarely. Maybe some company CEOs and people who are like very fired up, but then they don't care about money. They don't care about what's in it for me. They're just focused on whether they are doing the right thing or not is a different story. Elon Musk. But they are inspired to do some change. Even relationships are also sometimes based on this business transaction. They're like, if you do this for me, then I will do this for you. The moment we stop doing this for them, they will slowly withdraw whatever they are doing for us. Unfortunately, many spousal relationships in this world are like that. None of us are thinking whether my wife treats me fairly or not, whether my husband gives me time or not, I'm going to give them love nevertheless. None of us are like that, unfortunately. Because, of course, to love and to be loved is a basic need of the soul. So, we're not complaining if you are not at that level. Even I was hearing one song. I mean, the whole bhajan is beautiful. I'm sure all of you will, as soon as I start singing, you'll know this tune. Jaya Jagadish Hare Swami Jaya Jagadish Hare Sukha Sampad Garave Sukha Sampad Garave Kast Tane Kast Mite Tanaka Swami Jaya Jagadish Hare. I was listening to the lyrics of that song. I mean, some of the parts are good, but this particular one is very attracted my mind. He said, Sukha, Sampada, Gara Ave. Sukha and Sampada, please come. Difficulties, please don't come. Tanaka, the body should not feel any pain. So this is also in this category only. We worship God, like, please God, please give me wealth. Please don't worry, I have a lot of bank accounts. I can safely deposit in all of them. Please give gold also. Even if it's difficult to get lockers in Fremont area, no problem. I'll go to other areas and deposit those. But please give me more. Give me more. So people at this level, we were discussing, there are people at fear level who do things, who feel inspired when there is fear involved. But there are many of us, most of us I dare say, fall under this category. Biscuit platform. If there is something for us, we will do. We will feel inspired. But if we don't see an immediate result, we don't feel inspired. Especially in spiritual life also. Sometimes people, they have backup. Monday they go to Lord Shiva. Please give me this. One person, when he was young, he was going to temple. Every day he would go to temple and say, God, please pass me in the exam. And he would go, anytime there is exam, he would go. And he was passing. And then eventually, after some time, God, please get me into some good college. And he got into good college. And then at the end of the college, he said, God, please get me some good job. He gets good job. After some time, God, please give me a wife who is obedient, very smart, does all the work at home, never questions me, very loving. If God could reply, He would say, such a personality doesn't exist. Vice versa for husbands also. But anyway, so they would pray like this, and God anyway, they would fulfill. Apparently, many people, after all their wishes are fulfilled, this person stopped coming to temple. He came back after a decade. God was surprised. He was thinking, I haven't seen this guy in a long time. Then he put his hands together. God, please pass my son in his exams. After a few years, he said, God, please get my son into good college. God, please give my son good job. Get a good wife. Same list. Like that. So, many of us have this. Monday we go to Lord Shiva's temple. Please help me. Tuesday we go to Hanuman temple. Wednesday? Ganeshi, Wednesday? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll try to remember. Wednesday is Saraswati Mata also. Competition is there. Not so obvious. Thursday? Vishnu. Here in Bay Area, Sai Baba temples are very famous. Sai Baba. Friday? Lakshmi Mata. Saturday? Please come to Gita class. Sunday? Durga? Rest. Oh! Very systematic. Rest day. Oh, we are giving God rest. Even more merciful devotees there. God, today at least, no. We don't, every day you are busy fulfilling our desires. At least today you please take some rest. How merciful are devotees. Many people have this backup mentality. I know one person, Pakka devotee of Ganeshji. He would go every festival, every day. He would go to temple, at least break coconut and come. I was surprised by his devotion. After few years, he stopped going to Ganeshji temple and he started going to Kali, Durga Devi temple. I asked him, Hare Baba, when you were in college, you would eat our brain to go to Ganeshji temple. What happened? He said, after a few years, Ganeshji stopped listening. Whatever I'm praying is, nothing is happening. One friend took me to Durga temple. First time I prayed to Durga Devi. I said, Ganeshji is not giving me this, please. As soon as I said like that, next day itself, wish fulfilled. So I stopped going to Ganeshji temple. From then on, I am going to Durga Devi temple only. Then I understood, wow. People also have this. For them, who fulfills the desire, not so important. As long as somebody fulfills, they are like this, ready to offer their coconuts and everything. Many of us, again, it's a little painful for us to hear this, because many of us also fall under that category. Probably because we never really thought about this, and we never really got proper education from childhood. So it's alright we are at that level. It's much better than people at atheistic level who don't believe in God, who have no rules, regulations, who doesn't even feel like offering. It actually takes a lot. Namaha. Have you ever heard what that means? Namaha. Na means not. Maha means me. It means I am not so important. When we put our hands together like this, please try. Put your hands together like this and put it close to your heart, and when you're offering like this, you're saying, I am not so important. That's what it means. You are important. So whenever we offer obeisances like this, it means I am not so great. There is, at least we are accepting somebody is higher than me, somebody is more powerful than me, somebody is more intelligent than me, somebody is capable of giving me things that are more beneficial than what I can ask for. At least, so this is what the mood we have. So it's a better platform than atheistic people doing out of fear. Even if we are doing it out of desire, it's all right. So, okay, we discussed. I see some new faces. Here is another marketing attempt. So please join this group. Anything you find interesting, as soon as you hear some nice quotation, nice point, nice joke, please feel free to post. If you haven't joined this group, please join. We will also post the summary of the sessions every Tuesday here. So
jokes related to Gita class.
Yeah, everybody won't be able to post. Oh no, it is open. So yes, jokes, as in you don't post any jokes. You post only the reflections from the. Thank you, Viniji, for saving us from all the internet jokes. I will tell you one story and then I'll get back to this table. I was chanting in the afternoon. I was thinking of many stories I could tell, but somehow at 4:45, as I was intensely chanting, I remembered this pastime and I thought, wow, this is such a beautiful story. Gives you the history of ISKCON also. ISKCON went through many turbulent times, especially in 1960s. Hare Krishnas were very, very popular. As you know, in 1960s, the West, people were looking for counter culture. The culture back then was very materialistic. So they didn't want to follow what their parents were doing. They wanted something different, something meaningful, something that could give them happiness. But unfortunately, many of them got addicted to drugs and became hippies and things like that. But some of the intelligent class of people took up spirituality. And many of them became devotees. A little radical at that. So many of them, because they didn't have proper training, we didn't have proper systems in place. Some of them left their families in their 20s only. Can you imagine? Vaisheshika Prabhu became a monk when he was 16 years old. Anybody here older than 16? I mean, I'm talking to youth, that is. You are 16? You're not at 16. He went and met the monks at 14. Mukunda Mukundadat Prabhu left his family and came to join the ISKCON temple when he was 13. But devotees said, please go first, get permission from your parents. You're too young to join. But anyway, so one such young personality, he was around 18, 19 years old. He became a monk. He is from a very wealthy background. I forgot the name. He is either Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj or Rameshwar Prabhu, one of them. Very important personality in our movement. He is the son of an attorney. The attorney is a millionaire back then. So by now, 1960, now he must be billionaire by that standard. Is it okay? Is there any commotion there? Okay. They like, I'll take it as positively. They like our stories here so much that please come, no problem. Anyway, so this monk who became a monk at a very young age, back then they used to have this deprogramming, meaning there were psychologists who would charge the parents $10,000 to catch hold of these monks and brainwash them to bring them back to their families. So the situation was very different to what it is now. But the ISKCON back then, people were little rebellious. The entire culture was very different anyway. So there were people, it's a professional business back then. People would advertise in newspapers, deprogramming specialists, like that, where parents would pay them and they would catch hold of these young monks and brainwash them, hoping that they could convince them to come back to their parents. So one such multimillionaire, he paid one deprogrammer and he told, my son, he is such a bright student, he has a bright career, he is the sole inheritor of my entire wealth. But the Hare Krishnas took him. Can you please brainwash him, bring him back to us? Here is $10,000. So they arranged some gundas, I don't know what they are called back then, but some bounty people caught hold of, let's say Tamal Krishna Maharaj, but his name was, let's say, he's either Tamal Krishna Maharaj or Rameshwar Prabhu. I forgot the name of the devotee. We can look it up later. So they got hold of this person, put him in a motel and locked him up. And he was not given food for 16 hours. This young brahmachari. So this young brahmachari started chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then the deprogrammer came in the morning and he started, they have a script that they would follow. So he started asking questions, and anytime he would ask questions, the monk would quote shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. He asked, who are you? He said, I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadipa nachaivana bhavishvama sarve vayam atah param. I always existed. No. Tell me, what profession do you do? What were you doing before you became? The devotee would say, I was in Maya, I was deep in Maya. But as soon as I started reading Bhagavad Gita, Om Ajnana Timirandasya, my eyes got illumined by the light of knowledge. Deprogrammer. But you love your parents, right? He said, yes. Then the deprogrammer said, Hare, this guy's weak spot is parents. Your parents are suffering without you. They're longing for you. Then he had tears in his eyes. The monk said, yes, I miss them so much. The deprogrammer said, then why don't you come back to your parents? He said, that's what I'm trying. He said, but you're staying in the Hare Krishna temple. How will you go back to your parents? He said, my Krishna and Radharani are my parents. Lifetime after lifetime, they are giving me so many opportunities to go back to the spiritual world. But I am neglecting them somehow or the other. That's why I have decided in this life I will commit fully to going back to the spiritual world. And the deprogrammer was thinking, oh God. After many hours of talking to him, he came out with his briefcase, ready to leave. The parents got hold of the deprogrammer. He said, hey, where are you going? The deprogrammer said, if I spend another half an hour with your son, I will also become Hare Krishna monk. Please leave me. He said, but we paid you. Don't worry about the money. Please take it. And then he immediately left. And the father thought, this is not going to work. And eventually, anyway, the monk left. He went and came back to Srila Prabhupada and he told him what happened. After a few days, the attorney father came to the temple and he said, I need to talk to my son. Srila Prabhupada was very cordial. He said, yes, please talk to your son, and they gave them a separate room. And father first told, see, you are my only son. You are the inheritor of my entire wealth. You are our fame. You are so intelligent. You are first in the entire university. How could you give up your lucrative future to become a monk? You are sleeping on the floor, eating khichdi, sweeping floors, wearing these tattered clothes that are not even ironed. What is this? You don't have to do any of this. So the monk said, but I now get to understand who I really am. I get to spend my time studying Shastra. It gives me so much joy. Dad, I wish you also experienced the same joy that I am experiencing. They went back and forth. But the father had enough. He said, I am giving you the final chance. He signed on his checkbook, tore the check, a blank check. He slid it across the table and he said, you can write any amount you want on this check that you can enjoy. But you must come with me and leave the Hare Krishnas behind. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj took the check and slid it right across the table back to him. He said, I am giving you this blank check. No amount of money in the entire world can convince me to give up what I found. After many millions of lifetimes, I found this spiritual path. Please don't take me away from this. And so devotees who saw this entire episode very fondly remember this very graphical sliding across the table. A blank check and a blank check being pushed back. So this is a story of a devotee who could not be allured by material enjoyment. It's a very powerful story. So with that story, okay, here we put a table. I'll have two mics. One mic Arna will take. One mic Shriyan will take. We will read both sides. Who is a pious person and what is the difference between a pious person and a devotee of God? What is their thought process differ like? And I'll pause after this table and we will take few reflections and comments and questions. Are you ready? Okay, pious person.
Worships different devtas.
Worships.
You can say anytime you're reading, you can say pious person, dash dash dash, devotee of God, dash dash dash.
So the devotee of God worships Supreme Personality of Godhead.
The pious person is I-centered and seeks material benedictions.
And the devotee of God is Krishna-centered and seeks purification of the heart and eternal seva to the Supreme Lord.
Purification. You see, why? What is the purpose of life? Purpose of life is not enjoyment. The goal of life is not enjoyment. Happiness is a byproduct. Happiness is not a goal. Happiness is something that you experience when the heart becomes completely purified of the 6 enemies. What are the 6 enemies? Lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, and illusion. Moha. Those are the 6 things.
The pious person follows scriptural injunctions and does not harm others, but has no idea of ultimate goal of going back to Godhead.
The devotee of God has a clear-cut goal of life, and that clear-cut goal of life is to love and to serve the Lord here and forever in the spiritual world.
So very interesting. Pious person also follows scriptures, but they don't have a clear understanding of what is the essence, what is the purpose. Whereas spiritual people or devotee of God, they have very clear cut goal. They may not know too much Shastra, but they know very clearly. The goal of life is to purify myself and go back to the spiritual world. Not to linger around, bounce back between hell and heaven, hell and heaven, hell and heaven. Temporary. Okay, please continue.
A pious person is complacent in pious activities and can become lazy.
This is another challenge because human birth is so rare, they don't understand the rarity of human birth. They're like, I'm enjoying. Why should I take the pain of going to classes, doing that, doing this? I'm already enjoying. I have a paid Netflix account. My house is paid off. My company stock has gone up already. What's the use for me to work? So that's their mentality.
And the devotee of God is serious about spiritual practices and alert not to fall down again.
A pious person is proud of one's own piety and may often boast about one's pious deeds, leading to false pride.
And the devotee of God considers himself fallen and insignificant, and considers all the other devotees to be greater than oneself.
This is quite interesting actually. You will notice this. Pious people, they want to show off their piety. They want to show off. Donation, yeah. I gave 1 crore rupees to build this temple, they'll say. But whereas devotees, they're very humble. They only look at their shortcomings. They're thinking, God gave me 100 crores, I only gave 1 crore. How fallen I am. They think like this. God is giving me, He's giving me life, my energy to think. Every word I'm able to speak is by the mercy of God. I'm not able to utilize every moment in God's service. And they're thinking, this lamentation again is actually inspiring. If this humility, when it is done properly, it actually inspires the person to become a better version of themselves. Whereas the pious people, they become proud. And false pride only increases. And comparison and jealousy and enviousness takes place. Because they are the center. Purification won't happen. Superficially, they may be giving it to God, but they're actually pumping their false ego only. What is ours to give anyway? The gold that we are donating, the money that we are donating, the intelligence we are using to earn that money is not ours to begin with. The only thing that we have of any value is our attention actually. If we do it with proper intention, then it has some value, some benefit for us. Okay, please continue.
A pious person follows any saint or guru or so-called bogus of avatars who claim to be God.
The devotee of God strictly adheres. So the devotee of Krishna strictly adheres one to one of the four authorized sampradayas: Sri Rudra and Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya.
So it's very interesting. Pious people versus devotees of Krishna. There is no qualification people look for. Whereas devotees, they very strictly follow the authorized sampradayas only. Because this is Kali Yuga. Every nook and corner of every country there is somebody out there, especially in India. You go from one street to another street, you say Shri 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 Bhagavan. And then you're thinking, oh God, why are they using this term so loosely? How can everybody become Bhagavan? Bhagavan, according to Shastra, has a very clear definition. Somebody who has 6 opulences. Is a very clear-cut definition. Somebody who is not able to control their own senses. Sometimes they are called Bhagavan. So, pious people, unfortunately, because their knowledge in Shastra is not very clear, the teachings of Shastra is not very clear to them, they follow everybody and anybody. Whoever can fulfill their material benedictions, they are ready to follow them.
A pious person example is a Jamil.
And the devotee of Krishna examples are Prahlad Maharaj, Bhishmadev, and Dhruv Maharaj.
A pious person often follows dharma, artha, kama, moksha, 4 purusharthas, which take many, many lifetimes, like climbing staircase to reach 100th floor.
And the devotee of Krishna follows Ananya Bhakti path, which teaches Shuddha Bhakti as taught by 11 Mahajans.
12 Mahajans.
12 Mahajans. This path is like a lift which takes you straight.
It's very interesting. Many of you may have heard in your childhood or maybe even till now. What is the goal? We hear of 4 Purusharthas. Artha means goal. Purusha means living entity's goal. Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. They say we should follow some dharma so that we could attain some artha, some money, some power, prestige. Kama, so that you can fulfill your desires. And when you have sufficiently fulfilled your desires, then you aspire for moksha. That's what we may have heard in our childhood, or even now also. So, but the Bhakti scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, it begins with Dharmo projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Kaitava dharma. It says all inferior religion is kicked out. And it says all these 4 things. Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha also. Bhagavatam says is not good enough. You need prema. Panchama Purushartha. A goal higher than Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha also. Which is prema. Prema, unalloyed devotional service. Bhakti, which is not mixed with any selfish desire to enjoy. Why do you worship God? So that I can get this. That type of worship is kicked out by these authorized books. First time any of us heard this, it's very difficult for us to digest this. Hare, how can you say this? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha also? Yes, we will have a separate discussion on this particular topic, how Bhakti is actually so superior that Moksha Lagatakrit, it is mentioned that Bhakti is so powerful, it makes Mukti look like an insignificant thing. For a devotee, moksha looks like an insignificant thing. It's an insignificant byproduct of bhakti. You will also be liberated by practicing bhakti, but when you earn $1 million, you will earn $10 also. But your goal is $1 million. So similarly, when we get bhakti, you will naturally get mukti also. Okay, final point, and then we will pause for comments, questions, and reflections.
A pious person follows multiple dharmas like branches of the tree of ultimate dharma, Bhagavata dharma or Parodharma.
And the devotee of Krishna follows the royal path of Bhagavata dharma, meant to please the Supreme Lord by Navavidhi Bhakti and the chanting of the holy name.
Okay, if you need to take pictures, please take now. Yes, so here the analogy is given is the branches are compared to different dharmas you could follow. We will share also in the group. Vivek Prabhu will share this eventually, so no need. If you have to do all yogasanas from these corners, no need to take. Okay, so we'll pause here. I have 2 more levels, but those are easier to cover if you understand this. So far we discussed motivation based on fear, motivation based on desire, bhaya and asha. And then there are 2 more platforms, kartavya or duty bound, and prema, which we'll talk. Okay, few comments, reflections, comments, questions, and then we'll go. Okay, Shriyan has a comment or a question. Okay.
So, how is Ajamila a pious person? Because
Ajamila, before he became a devotee at the age of 80, till the age of 80, he was a pious person.
But what about, like, he used to do a lot of bad things too?
Bad things as in he used religion as a way to enjoy his life. Especially in the first 25 years of his life, he was much more pious person. From 25 to 80, he did not follow the dharma also as much. He primarily was just enjoying, even at the expense of breaking the rules and regulations mentioned in Shastra. Okay. Ranjitji has a question, so we will pass the mic.
How to improve on the unavaired, I think beyond the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, the most important thing you mentioned, Prabhu, is the prema, love. I totally agree with that, Prabhu. I think that is very, very important. But my question, Prabhu, is you said unavaired love, right? You need to show. So, how to improve that? Any suggestions? Just I want to add one more thing to it. Can that unavaired love can be exist within our relations as well, before even we do that to our Supreme Personality of Godhead? Like, that's a super power, right? Like, do we have to improve first between the relations and the family to having the unavaired love? Because what I sense is, I don't know, I may be wrong. I feel it's a materialistic love is what I can feel in all our relations. Like, we're expecting something and loving is what I can, I mean, not all the time, but in some or other fashions with our families, elders, in all different ways. But I think the most important thing is, without expecting anything, how we can be more lovable to others, so that can be inculcated in our day-to-day life, that can be progress towards showing that to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Very nice question. I'll just mention this word. It's a very interesting word. It is called unalloyed devotion. What does that mean? Do you know that anytime you want to make a metal, they have an alloy of one metal and another metal mixed together, and they make something out of it. Unalloyed devotion means devotion that's not mixed with any other selfish desire. The moment you add even little bit selfish desire, it becomes alloyed devotional service. So we want unalloyed devotional service. Srila Prabhupada is the one who coined this term, unalloyed devotional service. I don't know how Krishna revealed to him, but so that's what it means. The moment you hear unalloyed devotional service, please think of the 24 karat gold, which is like soft. You can cut it with a knife also. 24 karat gold is very soft. So your heart also becomes like that. When you have unalloyed devotion, your heart becomes very soft like that. And it is mentioned, when your heart becomes soft like butter, then Krishna will come to steal it into your heart. Okay, yes. How can we practice that unalloyed devotional service? Yes, we are here in this material world to practice. And we must practice that among ourselves before we will be given entrance into the spiritual world. And yes, we must practice that in every aspect of our life, in every interaction, every relationship we have. And it won't happen overnight, but it happens by genuine, sincere attempt. We should think every time I am doing something, we should question ourselves. Am I doing this out of fear? Am I doing this out of desire? Am I doing this out of duty? Am I doing this out of love? The moment, let's say, we are doing it out of fear, you can think of, okay, why do I need to do this out of fear? Why does somebody need to scare me to do something good? Why does my spouse or family need to tell me, if you don't talk to me, they become angry and say something, and then you're like, oh God, I messed up. If I work today late, then something bad is happening. So I better get my act together. Why do we need to fall down to that level to do something good to our relationship? So we can question like that. And slowly try to advance in our own interactions. Another thing, how can we do that? Unless we feel nourished and satisfied in our heart, we cannot give selfless love just like that. No, you mistreat me, no problem, I can tolerate. You may scold me, no problem, I can tolerate. We cannot do that forever. Unless you feel internal satisfaction, you cannot tolerate the shortcomings of other people. Otherwise, you will also be agitated. Why did you say like that? I said like this, you said like this. And then this discussion will go on. So that's why it is mentioned, you begin your day by spending time with Krishna. Krishna is supremely pure. By spending time with him, you will also become somewhat pure. He is supremely tolerant. By spending time with him, you will also become little tolerant. And then when you go and face the world and the family, we will be able to represent Krishna in a better way. So that's why it is better if we can spend our quality morning time sincerely. It's not a mechanical, okay, I chanted 4 rounds. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. No, that's not what bhakti means. Shraddha means to put faith, to put our heart into it. Like we mean it. Then Krishna will reciprocate. Then Krishna will protect. Then Krishna will guide. Even when somebody scolds us, somebody doesn't respect us, Krishna immediately comes to the forefront of our mind. Don't worry, it's okay. It's alright. They are going through something. You don't have to respond to them. You don't have to react to them. Let them, it's okay. So, you will notice this. I'm sure you have these experiences. Or there are days where you are very peaceful, you're able to tolerate whatever people throw at you, you're still like, no problem, it's okay. And there are days, as soon as they say somebody one sentence, you're ready to give them a big blast only. You're preparing also. This guy tells next time I'm going to do this, and then as soon as they say, then you're like, bullet, AK-47, like this. That's because we are not satisfied inside. So how can we ensure every day, if we can, in the beginning, you will notice there are some days where we are tolerant. Eventually you will notice by the practice of bhakti, no separate endeavor is needed. Just by the practice of chanting ABCD, you will notice those days increase. And slowly, the breakdown days are once in a while. Once in a while you become super angry. And then you will notice once in a month you break down. And then you will see once in a year maybe, and then your spouse also will notice, this guy, there is something in bhakti. And then they will also become serious in their bhakti. Because by your example, we will inspire them through our own example like that. Is that helpful? Some pointers. Okay. Hare Krishna. Any other? Yes, Navinji and then Ravi Prabhu.
So Prabhu, can you little bit more
Mike.
Prabhu, can you little bit more explain on the 4 different sampradayas listed there, right? Like what is what? And where will the Krishna conscious people fall under that?
So okay, I'll repeat the question. So the 4 sampradayas, you can find the slide if you like, but all these 4 sampradayas are Vaishnava sampradayas. All 4 of them tell that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is started by Lakshmi Devi. One of them is started by Shri Sampradaya, is started by Lakshmi Devi. She revealed this knowledge to the prominent Acharya is Ramanujacharya. Shri Sampradaya is very popular in Tamil Nadu. Very, very beautiful. I mean, many temples that you go to, you will find this pure, authentic teachings. They are also telling, goal of life is not to enjoy, do worship and get some money and enjoy here. They also preach. Goal of life is to go back to Godhead in the spiritual world. Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. And same thing with Rudra Sampradaya is started by Lord Shiva. But he is also teaching that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. And same thing with Kumara Sampradaya has been started by the 4 Kumaras, the 4 sons of Brahma. Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat, Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat, Sanandan, Sanatan. Okay, we forget the 4th son's name. I'm sure you know the 4 Kumaras. So that is started by Kumara Sampradaya. Nimbarkar Acharya is the prominent Acharya in that Sampradaya. But again, their teachings are also same. They're also telling the Supreme Lord is Krishna. The Brahma Sampradaya is where we fall under. So we are under Brahma, Madhvacharya, Gaudiya. Gaudiya is from Bengal, West Bengal is also called Gaudadesh. Gaudiya Sampradaya. And then there is a big lineage of Acharyas that we fall under. All of them again, same. The details may vary. Somebody may be chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We may be chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But both of them are names of Krishna only. The mood of worship may slightly vary. But ultimately, the basic essence of all these sampradayas are same. They are the teaching. Okay. And Ravi Prabhu. We'll take 3 more and then we'll move on.
Hare Krishna.
Please switch on the mic and leave the mic on.
Hare Krishna, everyone. My query is based upon the motivation or inspiration based upon fear, like what we discussed in the first few minutes. Okay. So I'm still not much convinced what's wrong with that approach during the learning curve, because as you said, in our childhood, parents will ensure that kids will study out of fear or by being strict. Okay. And in childhood, like mom used to tell that you shouldn't be the reason for if someone is getting hurt, you shouldn't be the reason, shouldn't always you shouldn't respect women or don't tease women, because karma will definitely follow you. Every woman is like a form of goddess, and you should behave. So those all fears, I'm not sure at that time it is right or wrong, but it shaped the character, right? So most of the time during the learning curve, whatever the inspiration or the motivation happened because of the fear that shaped the character. So it all happened very good, isn't it? So I didn't understand what is the wrong with the type of an approach.
I'll ask Mohit Prabhu to see if we can attempt answering this question. Very nice question, beautiful. I'm sure. I'll ask youth also. Actually, I hope all of you are paying nice attention. So next question, I will ask one of the youth to answer. Please go. And I'll add.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, Ravi Prabhu, my understanding is nothing exact as such wrong in that, but that's not the best. Right? So, you're still getting some results by doing it in the fear. But what if, think of it like two students, one who's studying out of fear, and one who is doing as part of duty or doing as a interest, his self-interest. Which one do you think will be better?
But at that stage, a student may don't have that type of maturity, isn't it?
Yes. So, yeah, that's also a very good point. Yes, and that is why sometimes it is important, and that's where the role of parent comes, as you said, right? The parents would know that my son or my daughter need this help in form of a fear, even if try to induce the fear in them, they need that help to progress in the life or to make the right decisions. So that is where they will do, and that's how even Krishna has given all these four paths. So it's better than people who are not even doing anything out of fear also. So it's the lowest ladder, but it is still a ladder to go to the path on that.
That's very nice. Thank you. Very well. So I'll just add a couple of comments. Imagine when we were small children, our parents would say, if you don't do this, I won't feed you or I will hit you. Right? Many of us, we were afraid, oh, my dad taking belt, okay, I better behave nicely. But now 20 years later also, or 30 years later also, if your parent says, if you don't do this, I will take my belt. How would that sound to you? Come on. So similarly, you're right that there is, if somebody is not mature enough, fear has a place. Children, for example, when as part of parenting, fear does have a place. We tell them, if you eat all chocolates, you will get, what do you call those? Cavities. Cavities in teeth. They will do big injection and be a lot of pain. And you go. Cavity, okay, no problem. I will manage. I will only eat 2-3 chocolates every day like that. But if you tell them the same when they become teenagers also, if you eat too much chocolate, you will get big cavities and they will do big injections. What? Are you kidding? My friend went to dentist and they didn't do big injection. They know. So they're not going to be. So at that stage, we have to upgrade what we are teaching them. We have to tell them, if you eat like this, then you'll get cavity and they may have to treat you and you will have not so nice teeth. It may not look beautiful on you. Or you may say, see, if you don't take good care of it, you will probably have much more suffering later on in life. So our reasoning need to be upgraded. Similarly, there are some people, spiritually they are children only. So for them you cannot say, hey, come on, God gave you so much. Please come to temple. Like, God, what He gave? He gave me troubles only. If that's their realization, that's their level of their children as far as spirituality is concerned. So for them, you need, if you don't do this, if you tease women, you will go to hell. Like, how is it? It's mentioned like that? Yes. Okay. I better behave nicely. But But as soon as you see somebody who is little more advanced in their thought process, you tell them that if you don't do this, you will go to hell. They're like, what? If I ask questions like this, if I question, I don't understand. Why does, for example, why did Krishna marry 16,108 women? If you are genuinely asking, not in a challenging way, your Krishna also married this, that is a more challenging. But if you are genuinely interested in understanding God, you will hear sometimes people say, no, how can you speak about God like that? You'll go to hell. No, we're not supposed to discuss that. If you tell them that, they'll be upset. What? If I ask genuine question about God and you tell me that I will go to hell, I don't mind going to hell. People will say like that. Because their religion is at a much higher level. And then you are trying to preach to them a lower philosophy, they won't be satisfied. I hope that answers your question. Okay. So I saw one more hand on this side. One final one and then we'll, okay. We'll give Mataji's a chance. Sorry. Anyone from Mataji's? If not, we'll take one comment from Vivek Prabhu and then we'll move on. Vivek Prabhu.
Just a question, Prabhu. I think on that comparison page, the point 9, it mentioned multiple dharmas, right? So where does Sanatana Dharma stand in that? Or
Sanatana Dharma is the right side, and Dharma or the Kama Moksha is on the left side.
okay.
Bhagavad Dharma or Sanatana Dharma, actually Sanatana Dharma means the oldest Dharma there is, and Dharma means our constitutional position. Our position is to worship the Supreme Lord. That's our Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavad Dharma. Hare Krishna. Okay. Nothing else? I'll quickly make few comments about Kartavya Buddhi. This is something done out of duty. Many people feel, I must protect my country, I must do this for my country. Many people take up, join the military out of duty. They feel, my country has done so much for me, I must give back to my country. Duty is like a preliminary stage of bhakti, preliminary stage of love, you can say. We feel duty bound. Many people in India, they take care of their parents because they feel duty bound. Of course, there are people who take care of parents at lower levels also. In my village, in my childhood, there was one person who wasn't taking care of his mother properly. So she went and complained to the village head. And the village head called him with so many people. And he chastised him. If I get one more complaint like this, not so good. And he said, okay. And he was taking care of his mother, not out of love, but out of fear. He was thinking, if she goes and complains again, no, they will. But there are some people who take care of their parents. They're calculating. If I take care of my parents, they're right now 70 years old. They will live for 15 years, hospital expenses, but they have this much wealth. I think it's okay. I will get 1 crore rupees. No problem. It's a good business deal only. I will take it. There are people. I am amazed actually. But better than that is there are people, many of people who don't do this type of calculations, who don't need the induction of fear, but they feel, my parents have done so much for me. They're not thinking, my father only paid school fee this much, why are they asking me this much money now? Like that. I hope most of us are not at any of those levels. So they take care of whatever they do. People are, so sometimes you will also find people, they work for a company. They're not working because of money. Somebody may be willing to pay them much more, but the person feels duty bound. It's like, no. They took care of, even when there was the worst recession, they didn't lay me off. They took care of me nicely. None of us can empathize with that situation. So, but there are some people who feel duty bound like that. So I will work for this company or this person only like that. I'm sure many of us felt inspired in our childhood. Why are you studying? Not out of fear, oh, I will become a homeless person. Not out of desire, oh, I am going to get a lot of money when I grow up. Many of us may have been at this level. We thought, my parents are sending me to school. They're working so hard. I must do this. I must do my part. I must work hard. So this was our motivation. Many of us may have been at this level. We were duty bound. And then better than that is love. Raga or love. Many of us, of course, it's very difficult to, because this love, again, when it is applied towards God, we worship God not because we are afraid. If I don't do this, I will go to hell. If I worship God, I will get something back. God has given me so much. I should worship God. Kartavya or third level or even higher. Even if God doesn't give me anything, He is following me as Paramatma lifetime after lifetime. He may not be fulfilling my wishes because it is not beneficial for me. I must love God. That love is the highest platform. And I was thinking of one beautiful pastime of one wonderful devotee. His name is Shyam Sundar Prabhu. He is one of the early devotees of ISKCON. If you go to the ISKCON Berkeley temple, he was a carpenter. He is the one who carved the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities you will find in the ISKCON Berkeley temple. Prabhupada was so merciful at that time. The people were so rare, devotees were not so common. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu was smoking cigarettes at that time. Prabhupada engaged them even in that state also. He said, can you carve Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities? Shyam Sundar Prabhu, he was not initiated at that time. He said, yes, I can carve. So he carved Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. While he was carving, he was smoking also. And while smoking, he would put his smoking cigarette on the head of Baladevji. And he was carving. Srila Prabhupada came once to check how the progress is. And he said, yeah, all of this is very nice. And he saw the smoking cigarette. And with his cane, he kicked that cigarette. He said, would be nice if you can get rid of this nonsense. And that's all he had to say. And Shyam Sundar Prabhu thought, Prabhupada is very nice to him, extremely nice to him. Never chastised him. He is not a person who can take chastisement. And spiritual master knows whom to push, how much. Srila Prabhupada, the earlier story I was mentioning about Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he would chastise Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj like anything. And Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was so surrendered. He knew everything Srila Prabhupada said was for his benefit only. So he never left Srila Prabhupada, despite heavy chastisements. Every small mistake he would make, Srila Prabhupada would call him and chastise him like anything. But Shyam Sundar Prabhu, he was a very gentle heart. Srila Prabhupada would never chastise him. The only thing he did is he kicked the butt of the cigarette. He said, would be nice if you can get rid of this nonsense. And Shyam Sundar Prabhu thought, Srila Prabhupada, wow. He said, then that's it. That was the last cigarette he smoked. So he's the one who carved the Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities. And eventually, he's the one who went to London. Srila Prabhupada asked, my spiritual master asked me to go and preach in the Western world. So I came and preached. But my spiritual master also sent some of his leading disciples in 1940s to Europe to preach Krishna consciousness. But they came empty-handed. So my spiritual master was dissatisfied that Britishers came and ruled India, but we couldn't give the most important jewel to them. So anyway, so he sent his disciples to London. And 3 couples with a 6-month-old baby. Can you imagine the amount of surrender it requires? They went to London. They had no money, no place to stay. they would stay in a apartment parking garage, and the mother, she needed some privacy to feed the 6 months old baby. With carton boxes, they made a makeshift room so that she could sleep there and feed the 6-month-old. How much surrender they needed. Anyway, so with so much struggle, they got hold of, Beatles? How many of you have heard of Beatles? Please raise your hand. Beatles? No? Some of you have not heard about Beatles? George Harrison? Okay, some of you, okay. Interesting. It is mentioned in the entire world, even till today. The popularity the Beatles had around the world without internet back then is unmatched even to today. The amount of popularity that they had back then. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu was one of the pioneers in getting hold of them. And he made George Harrison became a devotee, and he donated his bungalow to ISKCON devotees. Even now, if you go to London, it is his bungalow is called Bhaktivedanta Manor, and ISKCON temple is there. And when George Harrison took initiation from Srila Prabhupada, usually after initiation the name changes. But Srila Prabhupada told him, your name, everybody has some wealth. We may have intelligence, we may have, our wealth could be our money. But he said, your wealth is your name. And moreover, you are already Hari's son. Harry's son. You are already Hari's son. So your name will be George Harry's son only. So like that. So this Shyam Sundar Prabhu in around 2000s, he had some liver problem. And the doctor said, your liver has to be transplanted. So he came to the hospital because of some pain. The doctor said, liver transplantation has to be done. He said, okay, and then within next 3-4 days, they scheduled for a liver transplantation. And they told him, please find a donor and he went back and he told his friend, Shyam Sundar Prabhu told his friend about the situation. And his friend, somehow he told a bunch of devotees, and the devotees spread this like wildfire. Many congregations around the world, especially where he was living, came to know of the situation. And spontaneously, because the amount of service that he has done, spontaneously on the day of surgery, which was just 3 days later, the doctor had this conversation. Hundreds of people came to the hospital, ready to give their liver to Shyam Sundar Prabhu, whom they personally never met only. So this doctor came in the morning, saw this commotion in the hospital, and he came to the nurse and asked, what are all these people doing here? He said, they came to give this liver to this person. He said, whom? My patient? He went and inside and met this person. He said, I remember 3 days ago we met, you came alone. And he said, I have never seen, I have done liver transplantation for billionaires, popular politicians. I have never seen so many people willing to give their liver, a part of their liver, to somebody like you. Who are you? What is your position? All of a sudden, this doctor was interested in this Shyam Sundar Prabhu. So this is love. Shyam Sundar Prabhu didn't have any money. He had no power, no prestige, no influence. But because he has dedicated his life to the mission of Srila Prabhupada, when the right moment came, Krishna arranged everything for him. So this is the reciprocation of love. And we can understand that devotees who came to give, they weren't expecting. They didn't come there out of fear. They naturally there. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, what can he give now? Nothing, no desire, no duty bound, out of pure love actually. There's so many pastimes we could discuss, and I was thinking, this is a beautiful story we could narrate. This is a beautiful story. But we will pause here. This is the platform we want to get to. When we are bringing up as part of parenting, fear has a place, that biscuit platform has a place. But eventually we want to inspire our children to the platform of love. And even in our own relationships, even our own work, we might want to see, am I working only because of money? Please think, what aspects of work can you make some significant difference? You can love your work also, if possible. So, and especially with our spousal relationship with wife and husband, unfortunately we are so influenced by Kali Yuga, this give and take. So we can think and purify slowly how we can become, but ultimately relationship with God. How can we evolve? If we have any aspect, why are you worshipping God? Because I heard if you chant, all your troubles will be gone, it seems. Kunti Devi is praying, let there be calamities in my life again and again. Why? Because if I see your face, then Bhava Punar Darshanam. We will not be able to see the material world again if I see your face. So her conviction is, let there be more calamities. Because when I get calamities, immediately I was able to take complete shelter of you. So motivation of devotees is like, this is a very high platform. I am not recommending that we all pray like that. Krishna, please. This kidney, they give me a problem with this kidney also. We cannot artificially imitate, but we can at least follow in that footsteps. We can at least say, all right, Krishna, I have this selfish desire. Why am I doing this? At a subtle level, I am thinking, maybe I could get more knowledge. Maybe more people will tell me, hey, you're a spiritual person. Wow, very nice. So we can slowly work on our own life, take an X-ray of children, spouse, donations, whatever services we do, and ultimately to God, where we are, and try to purify. Thank you very much for your attention. Hare Krishna. We have a lot of things to go, but any final comments, questions, reflections? Those who didn't get a chance to know. Satyaji? Oh yeah, youth also will get a chance. So Satyaji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
My heart melts for listening that examples, Prabhu. Mataji with young kid went to Europe and had that much. So, is it that they got that much connection to Prabhupada, or they got connected to Krishna? What is that, Prabhu? How can, you told while answering to Ranjit Prabhu, you told ABCD is the means, but how can they that much connected and well did that?
I asked a question to my spiritual master last Saturday. I'll give you the same answer. Similar question. His first sentence was, be sincere. And that's all. We just have to be sincere. If you are sincere, Guru is like a telescope. They bring a faraway object closer to you. Krishna is very far. We cannot see him. We cannot perceive him. But it is the duty of the spiritual master to give a clearer understanding of who God is. So, yes, their conviction, their faith in Guru is effectively faith in Krishna also. And Srila Prabhupada himself said, we cannot imitate them. And the reason is this. Srila Prabhupada himself said that you all are coming from the spiritual world. He was referring to his disciples. Otherwise, who would be able to take up such austerities, have so much faith, go through so much that they have gone through? If you read Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, which is the biography of Srila Prabhupada, you will be amazed. Oh God, I feel chanting every day in the morning, chanting 8 rounds is like a big sacrifice. Now, as soon as you read their stories, you will be amazed. What? Sometimes you will see people, they will only go collect all the donation. They had no money. They will only cut vegetables, cook for 8 hours, Sunday feast. And at the end, they may not even get a plate of prasadam that they cooked. And they did not even complain and drank water and satisfactorily lived a life like that. There are many. My spiritual master narrates wonderful pastimes of the austerities that they went through. But they did it so joyfully. It's not ordinary. People cannot do like that. So Srila Prabhupada himself said that seeing that I am struggling in this Western world, I came here to the Western world at the age of 70, and for 1.5 years, Srila Prabhupada couldn't do anything. Seeing that I am struggling in this Western world, my spiritual master has sent all of you, he said. And all of you are warriors in the army of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why we see, otherwise, how could somebody who never heard about spirituality, like Vaishesha Prabhu, for example, at the age of 14, he had no connection to monks, no Indian spirituality like that. He was just trying to meditate. My spiritual master, he would never wear shoes which looked new. He never wore clothes which looked new because he felt, there are people without clothes. How can I wear fresh clothes? His mother had to literally muffle them, put artificially mud on them before he could. So many of them have this from their childhood, even though they had no connection to spirituality. So we cannot imitate them, but we can take some inspiration in our own practice and say, how can I do better? How can I become more sincere?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thanks to the Prabhupada. All right, any other? Okay, I will invite the youth to ask a question. We will give them a chance first. Would you like to ask any question to rest of them based on what we discussed today? Anika is ready, I can see. Please ask one question. Arna will ask next.
Okay, so my question is, can we associate fear with pressure, or is like fear like more pressure?
Can we associate fear with more pressure? We will let Bhavani Prabhu answer. Same mic.
I would say not necessarily. So fear may not increase your pressure, but fear can just be fear. Like if you do it, then it might be good to you, and that's how I would want to say.
They are not revealing any secrets and details. What this pressure is, fear is. Fear or... Okay, Prabhu has some thoughts.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Very happy to see you again. Hare Bol. We'll take this opportunity to welcome. I see a couple of new faces also. Thank you for joining. Hare Bol. Also, I want to invite Arvind Prabhu and Jyotsna Mataji, who are here for the first time. Hare Bol. I'm sure many of you know already Madhavi Rasa Mataji. She was, that is her initiated name. I think you may have heard. She came with us for last year Thanksgiving spiritual retreat. We welcome her also. Okay, please go.
So Prabhuji, my thought process is that love platform is almost impossible to reach, but other platforms which are like duty bound or desire bound are significantly easier compared to fear platform. I think the fear thing doesn't last. But if you want to do any service, even it is duty bound or even if it is desire bound, developing the discipline is important. And if you just develop the discipline, then things work. Fear doesn't last. So that's what my realization is. When it comes to dealing with children, putting the discipline in them is the key. Now, whichever way discipline is imparted into children, that is the critical part. That's what I feel. And if it is not by fear, that's the best.
Very well, very nice. We were discussing today, actually, our thoughts turn into words, our words. Okay, Shriyan wants to share.
So our thoughts turn into our words, then our words turn into our actions turn into our habits, and our habits turn into our character, and then our character turn into culture, and into our culture or our destiny.
Very well. So this session is there primarily to change our thought process. We are not giving you the tools to implement that thought process yet. And Prabhu gave a very beautiful point that once you are convinced, it's not going to be automatic. Especially anything good in this world is not automatic. And we're going to speak about habits actually a little later. But yes, habits is small, tiny habits is how we improve and eventually get to the destination. And you also made a very important point. You said love platform is almost impossible, you said. It's a philosophically also correct actually, because love, pure devotional service apparently is not attained, it is bestowed. Meaning, based on our endeavor, Krishna will give that realization. So it's not attained. Oh, I'm going to do this, do that, do this. All of this is to effectively attract the mercy. But it is attainable by the mercy of Krishna. So, impossible by our own endeavors. But nothing is impossible for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, thank you. Any other, okay, anybody else? No, I said Arna will ask a question. Please, let it be some details from what we discussed. You read the table, so it's a nice table to ask questions from also. Okay, please go ahead.
How can like a pious person change into becoming a more of like a devotee?
Okay, by the tradition I will request if Monica Mataji can answer. She's hiding her face like this. How can a pious person become a devotee? Very nice question. If somebody is a pious person, how can they turn into a better devotee?
Based on my understanding, if we do ABCD, that will turn into like a devotee. And most important is surrender to Krishna. Then you become like a devotee of God.
It's important that we understand the theory first, the basic philosophy first, which of course we get that when we associate with devotees, our misunderstandings will be properly clarified in due course of time. Every session we attend, we get a more clearer and clearer picture like that. So, and then in that association we'll also get the strength to walk that path. Because see, if you have, it's easier to say. It's easier for me to say also, difficult to follow. It's easier to say. On one side, let's say you worship even Krishna for that matter. When you worship Krishna with material desires, it's not pure devotional service. You're saying, Krishna, please give me little biscuits also. And then you know, if you ask, you will get. And if you don't ask, you say, Krishna, please give me what is best for me. This takes tremendous amount of strength. What is best for you is usually not what you will like. It's like Krishna will put you in difficulties. You may have health crisis, relationship crisis. As soon as you get one little headache only, you're thinking, Krishna, I'm not able to tolerate. I take my word back. Please don't give me headache. Like that. So, yeah. Alright. We have few announcements that we want to make. Before that, let us do Gauranga Nityananda, which is our spiritual exercise, stretching exercise for those of you who are new. So please stand up. So we try to stand on our toes and stretch and reach the ceiling and try to stretch. And as we stretch, we will have maybe Mataji say Gauranga. I see they are fired up. So this side will say Nityananda. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Gauranga! Nityananda! 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 I must tell Mataji is saying that loudly, they win. Okay, few quick announcements. So first one, Venuji, I don't know if you already posted it in the group. Venuji is here. Can someone confirm if the next RSVP, if possible? I know all of you are Prapta Kalam. I don't know if you know that. But anyway, please open the Gita class group and take a moment to RSVP, please. I'm sorry, I didn't realize many people requested. I did not realize that you needed approval to join the notes group. Okay. So next week class is going to be in the afternoon, as you may have seen in the message, because world-renowned author, one of the best-selling authors in ISKCON, he wrote more than 50 books, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. He'll be coming next Saturday, so we'll have the class in the afternoon. So we will have lunch prasadam first. I'm sure it won't be very difficult for you after heavy lunch to pay attention. But anyway, Prabhuji is an excellent speaker. You will be amazed. He is very young actually. He's younger than me. But he is a monk. He authored more than 50 books. He is Dean of Bhaktivedanta Institute in GEV, Govardhaniki village. So he's amazing speaker, very pure soul to associate with. So we will have both kids, kids as in hopefully if they don't make any disturbance, they are welcome to sit in the class. So Prabhuji will be speaking a topic that is more relevant for both the audience. So it will be amazing. So please do join and please take a moment to RSVP. Because we will open up this for regular ISKCON devotees also. So we want to ensure all of you get a chance first. And then when we'll open up, naturally we'll have to have a limit. We can't host 150 people, for example. So another quick update. Last month, when Purushottam Mass began, we as a group, we said, let us try this adventurous thing of chanting as a group 1000 Hare Krishna Maha Mantra rounds. And it felt little big. We thought, we were doubtful whether we could reach 1000 per week or not. And first week itself we crossed 2000. And I am happy to report that our final score is 7,600. This is an extraordinary achievement. So thanks to everyone who contributed to our goal. So taking this as an inspiration, So I was just thinking, what are some of the programs that we do? I thought, so we have our weekly classes here in person. We also have weekly reading groups. Some of you who are new, so we have 4 groups so that it's easier for everybody to connect in a small group. So we have a weekly reading group where a smaller group of 5-6 people come together, discuss the philosophy in a much more easier way. And then we also have daily Gita reading calls also in the morning at 6:45 to maybe about 15 minutes. And of course these days the discussions are going on and on and on, and people are getting so much taste and nectar from these. So please do join. And ultimately our main goal is that we should be able to chant on a regular basis. Because Srila Prabhupada said 99% of our spiritual progress comes from chanting. So that's our goal. If we are able to sincerely chant, so if wherever you are, please try to join as many of these programs as possible. But ultimately, if we can get to daily chanting, I think it will be nice. So, we have a new challenge for the next 5 weeks. Who is ready for this? So we have Jagannath Rath Yatra coming up on July 15th. Many of us are not able to go to Jagannath Puri. Recently, Rupal Mataji is in Jagannath Puri. I think she probably left to Mayapur now. So she shared a picture of the Rathas. They started building the Rathas and she was sharing the picture of the Jagannath Puri temple like that. So this is an opportunity for us to welcome Jagannath into our heart. Prepare the next 1 month, our consciousness in such a way that we can welcome Lord Jagannath during Jagannath Rath Yatra into our heart. So this is, for the next 5 weeks, we will have this challenge. This is how it will be. We will have it as a competition. So we will divide into 4 groups. Our reading group, whichever, blue, green, purple, what is the other group? Brown. So these are the 4 groups we will divide ourselves into. You're already part of. And we are only measuring consistency. If you can chant every day 1 round, as Prabhu was pointing to, actually most difficult thing in this world is to build good habits. It takes a lot of effort. And once you build a good habit, it's easier to increase the quantity. For example, it's difficult for you to lose weight. But if you can every day do a plank for 30 seconds, if you can build a habit, after 1 year you say, every day I can now do 30-second plank. It's very easy for you to lose weight. Because once you build a habit, you can increase that habit very easily with very little or minimal effort. So that's what we are targeting. We only measure consistency. I saw people who were chanting 1, 2, 4 rounds also in the last 1 month. Some of them were so consistent. I want to specially congratulate Prakashji, who reached 100% in the entire month. Of those who reached 100%, Prakashji is one of those pure souls. Of course, he was chanting 8 rounds, so that's not ordinary. But I saw even Arush was chanting 1 round, but he was very consistent. He only missed 1 day in the entire 28 days. So that's despite traveling to India, he is traveling to India and he was visiting Jagannath Puri and all that. So that's what we're going to measure. We're going to give prizes at the end of the 5 weeks, but end of every week, we will recognize the most consistent chanting group of the week. So if you want to help your group, first of all, please sign up yourself. So you are effectively telling that, okay, yes, I want to be part of this competition. Don't shy away thinking that, no, I don't want to bring down the average of my group. If you need help, they are ready to help. But we don't want to push you at the same time. So this is going to be voluntary sign up to join the group. So if you need help, please let the group members know. So during Prasadam time, we'll give you ample opportunity to discuss and strategize how you can reach the 100%. And we will have, there is a special book. It's a Gita acronyms book. The entire Bhagavad Gita in just 36 pages. You can remember each chapter just through an acronym. So we have that book. So we will, at the end of 5 weeks, whoever wins, whichever group wins most weeks. So because there are 5 weeks, we have 4 groups. I'm sure we will have a winner for sure, right? Possible. So whichever group wins, everybody in that group will get that book. Is this okay? So what do you need to do? Same thing that we have been doing in the last 1 month. You just have to report in the group, whatever, Gayatri, 1 round done, or Prashantji, 6 rounds done, like that. If you missed reporting yesterday, also no problem. Vivek Prabhu built he's using AI left and right in Krishna's service. So AI will ensure if you say yesterday 12 rounds, today 1 round, whatever you say, AI is now smart enough to understand and we will give you credits for it. So, but the main goal is, and the reason why do we want to put this in a group, and I was just contemplating on this, why do vulnerability is actually a very important quality to have, especially in spiritual path. To know that I need help is a great thing. And to take help, to seek help, many a times we don't feel comfortable sharing, especially those of us who are chanting 1 round, we may feel uncomfortable. People are posting 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds. Then we may feel uncomfortable posting that I chanted 1 round. And we are thinking people will judge us. We have fear of judgment, fear of rejection, shame, low self-esteem. But the benefits of being vulnerable actually is, it actually increases trust. We are a very small community, small group. No secrets here. All of us are struggling. Let's be honest. It's okay. We don't have to show the perfect picture to anybody. We're just trying our best to become a better version of ourselves. So wherever we are, no judgment. In fact, we'll be happy. We'll feel inspired. If you're struggling and you share that I'm struggling, that does take a lot of courage to be able to share. So when you share that, okay, I'm able to chant 1 round, even if you are missing once in a while, no problem. Be vulnerable. By being so, you will strengthen trust, create closer bonds, and eventually you will be able to get help from others also. And we want to be authentic. We don't want to showcase our devotion to anybody. Krishna knows we are chanting 16 rounds. He knows how many mantras we chanted attentively and with love. We are not here to impress anybody. We are only doing our best to please Krishna. So if you chant 1 round, of which many of them are with sincere heart, Krishna will be more pleased than my chanting, for example, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. It doesn't matter like that. So as much as we are able to fly, we will do. So please be vulnerable. Please feel comfortable. Even if you are only chanting 1 round, please post. No worries. So with that, I hope any questions on this? I hope I explained everything. So at the end of every week, we will announce the weekly winner of that group. For that week, which group was the most consistent. Like that, every week we will have, hopefully, there will be very tight competition, I'm hoping. And every group will win, and the 5th week will be the most tensed week where we look forward to the tense results. So please, after this announcements during Prasadam, the same group assignments, as you all know, purple group will strategize their plan in the master bedroom, and all the other, unfortunately, green and brown group are here only, so they will eavesdrop what is this group's plan is. So please do so, and when you will post in the same group. If you are not part of this family chanting call, please do join. So you can chant at least one round every day, and you can do posting of any of this. AI is now smart enough to allow any of these anyways. So you can post something like, if you missed few days, any format is okay.
Prabhu, how do people know, like how to tell that who wants to volunteer, how to sign up?
In your groups, when you are sitting for prasadam, I encourage all of you to sit with your groups, and you do mention, for example, please tell Vivek Prabhu and Sakshi Mataji that please give a verbal yes that you are participating, so that they know. We will consider that into the calculation when you report. Otherwise, so yeah, please discuss and let people know. And if you need help, please feel free to ask. That's the whole point of my earlier slide about being vulnerable. So if you are struggling, if you feel I need time, I don't need your help right now, I need time, I know what to do. We respect that space. We will not push you unnecessarily. We would love for you to continue coming. If you can't chant now, no problem. We are doing your basics, right? A, B, C, D, E, you continue to do. Eventually, at some point, I'm sure Krishna will inspire and will arrange proper situations for you to chant. But if you do know that this situation will always remain, and I do need help, I'm sure your team will be roaring to go. Oh, one important point I forgot, because they have a vested interest. In case of a tie, a group with more participants wins. So if green group has 10 people chanting 100%, purple group chanting 12 people chanting 100%, end of the week 100%, then we will give prize to the group which has more participants. So naturally, come on, managing 10 people is easier than managing 12 people, so it must be. Okay.
Maybe we can post it in the group, individual group, purple, brown, where we can say, yeah, I'm signing up.
Okay. Prabhu said, so individual groups, please sign up. I want to participate like that. Please give a verbal, legally you're now bound. Okay.
Are kids also being counted in any of the groups?
They're welcome to, but I'll leave it to you guys to decide. We discussed, I thought. For now, maybe please encourage them to join though. Yeah, please encourage them to join. I think, yeah. You can post. When you're posting, please, I encourage you to post Shriyan chanted this many rounds every day, and then they can also see. Please show them also. See, I posted your chanting here. These are all the kids who are posting. Shriyan chanted one round, Rishik chanted one round, like that. So let them see what everybody is doing, so that way we want to inspire.
Gopal's chanting made me consistent. It's been 2 rounds in a day. When I saw that one, I was embarrassed. My God, such a small kid can do it. What is wrong with me? That really motivated me.
See, our goal is we want to inspire each other. So you can just many a times we may wonder, what is me posting one round? How does it inspire? I am actually inspired by Gayatri Mataji. Every time she says, I chanted one round yesterday, day before yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I was thinking, Mataji hasn't reported, so I feel happy anytime I see things like that. So don't worry. Everything that you're doing is certainly consequential for you for sure. It is consequential for this group also. So please do. Any other comments, questions? Moving on. Too many announcements. Class is 1 hour, announcement is 1 hour. So we also have this Bhagavad Gita daily reading group. If you're not part of this, Anu Prabhu and everybody else made such extraordinary arrangements. Venuji is encouraging the heck out of everybody. So discussions are going on and on and on. That's good. So they're also posting a summary of whatever they discussed and any questions that they discussed. So it's a very beautiful way to, if you had trouble reading Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, they already did this twice. They are very experienced. They completed the entire Bhagavad Gita 2 times in the last 2.5 years. So this is the 3rd time they are doing this. And this time They are doing it in such a way, we will focus on the 108 most important verses. For those, we will read the purport, which is an explanation of the Acharyas, so we get deeper into it. For the rest of the verses, they will read just the translation, the Sanskrit shloka and the translation, so that way you get something out of it. I saw they innovated there also. They digest whatever they read for a few minutes, and individually people are now assigned to read the purport and bring out nice points from the purport for every verse that they're reading. So it's a beautiful community to be part of, a small group. I see last week around 15 to 16 people consistently joining, relishing the reading of Bhagavad Gita in the morning. So if you feel inspired, please do join. So in few months we will read the entire Bhagavad Gita. What we could not achieve in our lifetime, you probably may be able to achieve in the next 1 year. So it's significant. So please, we can never do it on our own. So please be that person who needs help and takes help. One quick announcement is there will be a youth call with Shravan. So if you are not part of the youth group, please do join. And Shravan is our 20-year-old sadhu. So he's initiated, who chants 20 rounds every day. He's currently working as an intern in Florida, but he still wants to give some of his time and energy to uplift youth. So please do join if you are not part of it. And I will invite Anu Prabhu for the next announcements. Let's welcome him. Haribo!
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you, Prabhu. So, I think some of you may have known about this, like we've discussed this, that we just recently had a spiritual retreat in May long weekend that was there. We went to Lake Tahoe. We stayed there for 2 nights, 3 days, and again, I think it was the most blissful experience that one can talk about, like a small glimpse of Vrindavan. So I'll just quickly speak about logistics, and then I'll invite a few people who went to the retreat for the first time to share their experiences. I think that hopefully will resonate more, so that will be helpful. So in terms of logistics, we are planning to have this spiritual retreat over the break of Thanksgiving in November. So this time Thanksgiving is 26 and 27 November. So the spiritual retreat starts on 26th of November, the Thursday. And we stay there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday we check out. So it's 3 nights and 4 days. So this May one was 2 nights. So this is an extra night because the Thanksgiving holidays gives us that luxury to have 1 more day. And again, I think just having that 1 more day is again huge bliss, like in a way, because 2 days sometimes could feel shorter because you're just there, you unpack, you do a lot of things, and then it's time to go. But 3 days gives us more time to just soak in everything more, and just be there in more Krishna conscious, like pure Krishna conscious times. So that's there. The registration form I will share in the groups, like maybe right after. So please, it is open. Please feel free to fill it right now, or maybe in a few days, talking and deciding your plans. In the May retreat, we sort of kept a registration fee for $120. This time, because there's 1 day extra, so we are asking again, like the registration fee will be $180. That's an early bird price. Last time we did come up with that early bird concept and all of those things, but this was the first time, so we did not use any of it. But this time we hope to stick to it. So there is an early bird discount of the price for every adult and every kid who's 8 years or above is $180 per person, and then that stays valid through October 15th. After that, the price increases to $200. So that's a $20 early bird discount. And again, there are a few more logistics that, like again, when we go to these properties, it's not that all properties offer equal flexibility. So they also have cancellations, and we also have to abide by it. So what we'll do is that we keep it in a way that till a certain date the amount is refundable, but after a certain date, if you cannot make it, we'll have it in a such a way that if you can find a replacement, we'll go with that. So all that information will be on the form, registration form, the first page. Please go through that. Rajiv Prabhu is kindly helping us arrange everything in terms of booking. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the service. So you can reach out to Ranjit Prabhu, reach out to me anytime during the class, during Prasadam, or even afterwards. Just call us or just text us. Anyway, we are more than happy to answer. With that, I'll pass it on to Hetal Mataji and Kanchan Mataji. So maybe Kanchan Mataji, we can start with you. If you can just. Okay. So maybe we can, since you are near Chamati, if you can just come. So anyone else who wants more inputs from Hetal Mataji during Prasadam, we can talk to Mataji. But yes, Mataji.
We can do it together, Mataji, if you want. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. This was my very first spiritual retreat. As the name goes, it was a complete retreat for me. As Prabhuji said, walking out from this retreat, I was a better person myself, a bit more calmer, thoughtful, and also very closer to Krishna consciousness, I felt. Because as Prabhu always says that we need a good association and a sangha, and joining this retreat made me feel that everyone here are so humble, ready to support, ready to help you, be it anything, like whatever, like Dipali Mataji was telling me about the, pastimes and stories. So it is, the beautiful Sangha, I think. And then we also had our Vaishnav Sangha. In that Sangha, we made a reel, thanks to Hetal Mataji. But then again, the center of everything was Krishna, because we made the reel on Krishna. The goal was everyone putting Krishna in center in whatever we do. And then Anshika Mataji beautifully made a game for us, the ball game, wherein it was an icebreaker, really. We came close as a Krishna family and we are walking in the same path. So I feel like it's a renewed desire for me to walk in this path with sincerity. So thank you, everyone. And as Sakshi Mataji was mentioning that this is her 5th retreat, I believe she said, 6th. So I cannot believe myself what I might become when I go to that 6th retreat, because Mataji, one retreat ke baad hi I became this. I cannot imagine. So thank you for this, Sangha. Thanks for allowing me to speak for you.
Is there a second one?
Yeah. Okay, we do have some more special announcements for this week, but what I'll do is I'll quickly go over our kind cooks who for this week got us cooked beautiful, amazing prasadam for us. So thank you for of course Madhuri Mataji for coordinating the prasadam week after week. Thank you, Mataji. And in terms of cook, so today we have pasta salad by Shakshi Mataji and Dipali Mataji. Haribol! Let's hear them up really with huge clap. We have vegetable fried rice by Sujita Mataji, Sandhya Mataji and Meena Mataji. We have noodles by Shyama Mataji and Kanchan Mataji. We have sweet corn soup by Gayatri Mataji and Sarita Mataji. We have sweets by Dipali Mataji and Shyama Mataji. And we have mango lassi by Shakshi Mataji and snacks and fruits for kids by Anshika.
Now I would like to invite Anshika Mataji for organizing some game for Father's Day. Let us give her a round of applause. Haribol! Anshika Mataji, please come.
But before that, we are going to have lassi.
Okay, please relish the lassi that they are going to give first. We are all going to get up. Okay, they need some reorganization of this anyway, so please all get up. I hope somebody put glasses of lassi somewhere. So Prabhus, at the end of this, once you take lassis, all Prabhus